I drew and I followed the dot as I was shooting. This will be the most common error made when you shoot while you move. You notice the shots go in the direction that I'm traveling. Why does that happen? Let's say I was going to shoot Fabio.
Please don't.
I'm just saying, look there, dot comes up, and now I shift my focus to the dot, and now you see the dot tracks off of the target. Because I just see blurry thing back there. Instead, as I move, I'm going to make sure I pick spots. See the difference? Like a big difference in terms of outcome. It's very, very difficult to pick a spot and shoot as you move, especially with a dot. Especially with a dot. Why?
Because the dot is distracting.
The dot's distracting because every little input into the gun, you see it, you see that fucker. And if you see it wiggling and you key in on that, you're like, stop wiggling, dot, and you try to make it stop, you're just gonna experience it more. You'll be more hypersensitive to it. I mean, irons, ironically, are a little bit easier because you just don't perceive as much movement. But with the red dots especially, it's much, much harder to pick a spot and focus on it. One other thing I want to point out here, did you notice what happened when I got done? I fired on this last target. What did you see?
You looked at the spot?
Yeah, you saw this acceleration, right? Mm-hmm. So what you don't want is to shoot here, like, okay, boom, boom, good. And then I just kind of walk the same pace. Instead, I run out of work, or I run out of targets here. I should be explosive. Get going. Find the next target and then shoot it. Okay, so that should be something built into your technique, where if you run out of work, you accelerate to get to the next target. I'm not worried about my footwork, and I think it's kind of counterproductive to nerd out on it. So I'll make a couple examples for you as I go into this position over here, and you'll see. It's one way to do it. Did the gun look stable to you? Yeah, the gun looks stable. Did I finish in the right spot? Feet spread apart, knees bent? Yep, I'd agree. Different technique there. Was it still okay?
Yeah.
Aside from knocking on the barrel? Yeah, so they can do it. I can cross step or long step. There's a lot of different ways to do it to get into position. I'm just looking at the important parts, which is the gun stable? Do you finish up in the right spot? Can you effectively shoot while you're getting position? That's what matters.
You don't think if you crossover step, you can trip and it's not very tactical? Or?
That's what they always say. You're not allowed to cross your feet for the tactard guys, but you know, it's not a problem for me. Practical shooting training, got drills, live fire drills, some guidance for dry fire, some dry fire drills, lots of different places you can start. It works for people of all different levels. If you want to train seriously with a handgun, especially for competition, this is the one to get.